Hello, sorry about that. Welcome, LCDC TV from Remembrance Sunday here at Waterloo. Derek, come in. Mark, how are you?
I'm wonderful. Well, happy to be here.
We're admiring Mark's cab. Look, what would TfL make of this? What's the emissions?
It's free. It passes ULEZ. There's Tilly says so.
This is ULEZ compliant. Why can't we buy these anymore? Sadiq, eh? Anyway, as you know, poppy cabs every year do the Remembrance Sunday, taking veterans over to Whitehall, pick them up from home. LCDC TV are here today, and we're here with two of our sponsors of the show. So a big thank you to Dan from Quotax. How are you? Derek from Cabat. Two guys, big trade individuals, supporting poppy cabs, supporting the message. Dan, you've been out today. I see you with your daughters.
Yeah, been early start this morning. We got up at 20 to 5 this morning, and to get to Suffolk Street for the briefing. Yeah, but it was good. Been really fantastic morning so far. Been queues of up to sort of 60 people, veterans waiting to get into cabs. Yeah, it's been a fantastic morning so far.
And I see you brought your daughters down as well. Yeah, they've been helping out.
They're always a big hit with the poppies.
I bet they are.
I've had to tone it down a few times. They've been asking for money, about selling the poppies. But it's been
kids asking for money. That's a new one, isn't it? God Almighty. Derek, Cabat, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Nice to see you today. What do you think of it all today? It's amazing, isn't it? What the trade does.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's these things that the taxi trade does, the black cab trade, that kind of go unsung, unnoticed. And it's amazing to be here to participate in the atmosphere, pay our respects to all the people that fought for our country, for those that didn't come back. Many of my close friends are Air Force, Army, Navy, Marines, and a lot of them are at the parade today. So I think it's great for the entire black cab industry, for Dan and Quotax and everyone involved to come down and be part of today.
And Dan, you would have been speaking, both of you, to the drivers. What's the atmosphere like here at Waterloo? It's positive, isn't it? It's
absolutely.
cheerful.
It was quite refreshing as well. There's a number of drivers that were obviously came out, didn't know about poppy cabs, that were just working today, that actually switched their highlights off when they saw queues of veterans and gave up their own time to come on to the Man Can Help the poppy cabs, and it's just been a real fantastic turnout.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Brilliant.
It's great, Derek, that the trade comes together, does such amazing charity work, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel very proud, almost humbled to see what these guys are doing. They've just had probably the toughest 18 months of their lives because of COVID, where they've not been working, but they're turning up here in droves, giving out rides for free with a smile on their face, and you can't beat that. That's why black cabs are the world's best.
We are the world's best, 100% we are. If you notice, just behind us, this lovely old vehicle here. Look, where's Mark gone? Where's he gone? He's gone. Look at it, look. Come and have a look inside, look. Where's the aircon? Where's the Putnam seat? Where's the dash? That's unbelievable, isn't it? Well, Mark's here now. He's got... Mark, come on. There you go. I'll see you over there. Here we are. How are you?
Yeah, not bad.
Introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Mickey. I'm just here today doing my bit for the veterans.
We was just saying, Mickey, we've had the hardest 18 months, 2 years of the cab trade's life, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
And to see so many drivers giving up their time
that's it.
to be here today.
The least you can do, isn't it?
It is the least you can do. But for many, they wouldn't dream of doing it, Mick. What makes the cab trade in London so special, you think, Mick?
Oh, I don't know what to say.
That special breed, as they say.
Yeah, that's it, You're just doing that bit. Well, as I say, what more can you do?
That's right. It's amazing if everyone done a little bit, Mickey. Yeah, what place we would all be at,
Definitely.
So, what you're going to go over, and you'll be over at Whitehall later, Mickey, on the bridge?
Yeah, I'll come on the bridge. I'll see you on the bridge.
Okay, I'll see you on the bridge. Lovely. Well, there you go. it is amazing what the cab trade does when it pulls together. I mean, and you know, if you're watching this, Sadiq, it must be quite humbling, really, because this is the trade that you've excluded from public transport. You've cut 3 years of our age limit off, putting hundreds, if not thousands, of taxi drivers out of work before Christmas, got no means of earning an income, and yet the guys are coming in today, those who've got the cabs, giving up their time for a great cause. Come on. Hello, mate. Let's just say hello again. How are you? Nice to see you. This is me old cab. This is me old cab. All them old faked MOTs. Sorry. Listen, you're here today. Spoke to Mickey in front. You're here today, giving up your time to do a bit. I mean, why do you think so many cab drivers are here today to do their bit? Why do you think that we're like that?
Well, you just do your bit because they've done a bit for our country. It's just a way of giving a little bit back, isn't it, really, for the boys and girls? And, I'm passionate about things like that. I'll go up to the Biggin Hill Heritage Hangar and sit in Spitfires, and I just tradition, isn't it? It's just what you do, isn't it? It's just, without these, we wouldn't be here today, would we?
We'll be speaking German.
Yeah.
Stunden wach 100 Wacken.
Ja, sehr gut, ja.
Yeah. Technique. But the thing is, when you look at it, right, there's absolute ultimate sacrifice that they done for future generations. I mean, it's unbelievable, isn't it?
A couple of hours at your day, nothing, is it? It's nothing.
It isn't, is it? Really?
Yeah, it's nothing. My wife, she's round it to the Union Jack Club. She's done marshal. She's marshalling. She run me 10 minutes ago, said she'll be going on the bridge in a minute, but she loves it. She gets involved in it, and I think it's just what you got. Well, I just think it's what I want to do, and I think it's a good
That's
thing
right.
too.
Exactly. Exactly.
It is a good thing. I think it's a good thing. Yeah.
Like you said, it's all about doing your bit, right? Your little bit.
Yeah.
We had people from this great country fighting the Germans in Europe.
Yeah.
Didn't ever know if they'd be coming home seeing their wife and children ever again. Yeah. And all we're doing is our little couple of hours in our way to say a big thank you.
Yeah, it's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you can't imagine the sacrifice that these people have gone through and what they've seen.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it is.
And I tell you what, someone just said to me over there, they said, Grant, do you think youngsters of today, and you can't generalise, right?
No.
But, you get a feel for the thing. Yeah. Do you ever think people would be so, I don't know, passionate, committed to defend this country if Russia started coming over?
I do think it's a dying breed.
You think so?
Yeah, I do think so, yeah. I mean, do they learn it in school today and stuff like that about all the past, about history?
Yeah.
I'm not so sure, but...
I mean, when you see it today and the veterans turning up in the wheelchairs, and again, we talked about the sacrifice. I mean...
It can put a lump in your throat.
It does put a lump in your throat. And you've got people nowadays who just don't agree with war,
Well, let's face it, nobody really agrees with it. But at the end of the day, if somebody pushes you in the corner, you've got to defend yourself. So you've got to do it, and
exactly.
That's what basically Churchill did at the end of the day. He just basically decided that, we've got to fight for our country, as we did. And with collaboration of everyone who got together. I mean, all these boys, they're different parts of the globe, the Polish and they're all monks.
Yeah.
All fighting for one thing.
I'd love to think that if push come to shove again, the country would unite and we would defend ourselves.
That's right, we've got morals and that's what...
Yeah, you'd like to think that still runs down the core of this country, doesn't it?
It does,
yeah, and mine as well.
It's got to be, I think. But I mean, I was a couple of weeks ago down the old Churchill cabinet war rooms.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Amazing.
I've driven up down there 20 plus years and I never knew there was so much underneath. I mean, they estimated 2.5 hours to have a read up and understand. No, you need about 4 hours.
Great though, isn't it?
I can't read, but you know what I mean. I'm joking. But I mean,
but he's going to sell me something now. Look,
listen, we should get one of these. A little book about what's the name and all that sort of stuff. Why we call Leicester Square when it's not in Leicester and that sort of stuff and all that. I'll be honest, I haven't read it yet, but I picked it up with someone I'm going to browse for. I like reading.
Did you pay for it?
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, so it was a fiver. So yeah, it was a fiver anyway. But no, it's just something else. Just
It isn't. And again, on today of all days, what always sticks in my mind is that when you look at the UK, right, Great Britain, it's such a small island,
yeah.
isn't it? Really, in the scheme of things.
But we packed a
It's-
big punch, didn't we?
But yeah,
Maybe over Europe.
but why is that? Why do you think this country is so special?
I think it's the people. I think, but yeah, I do think it's the people. Yeah, and as I say, going back to the bones about our country as such as it is. I mean, we're just good at what we do. And I think London in general, I think it's. I would personally say, I mean, the people I pick in day out, I ask them. They come from all parts of the globe. They take to be London's tops.
London is tops, and
know,
we're London cab drivers,
Well,
and we're the best in the world, and that's why we're here today.
It's cosmopolitan.
Yeah.
We integrate. We don't judge people, and then the day
It's very much in
you get
London.
around easy.
Yeah,
You
just
never go hungry or thirsty in London. You always get plenty of grub, any sort of food you want.
and when you look at London, I grew up in London. It's very much a sort of come in, join us, and enjoy yourself, isn't it?
We see
Yeah.
what you get.
That's what we are.
That's what I like to see.
Right, well, that's a big thank you to Mickey. It's all and Gary, his brother. I see your brother the other day. So listen, we're going to have a walk along. Stay in touch, keep in tune, because we got loads going on today. We're going to be speaking to some more drivers, and we're going to go over the bridge, Westminster Bridge. Fantastic day. I'll see you later. Don't go away. Hello, welcome back to the rank at Waterloo on this fantastic Remembrance Sunday. LCDC TV, and we're joined here with Graham. Graham, how are you?
Brilliant.
Good boy.
Great, love it.
It's a fantastic day. You was just telling me something off camera. Do you want to tell me it again while we're filming?
Love to. What it is, last year I had a heart attack. I don't want to drama over it. And I decided to do something for the war vets coming home. And what I decided to do was it's a 20-mile a day walk for 3 days. So it's, to put it into context, it's walking 60 miles or 100 kilometres in 3 days, which is from Victoria Barracks down to Portsmouth. I raised money towards the disabled coming home to give them a better life, whether it's homeless or whatever they're doing, going through hard times. And I raised £1,275. Don't want no glory for it, but I was disappointed with the help that I got from the cab trade, or the lack of help. The people that did help they gave me £500. Apart from that, no one. So I will be doing it next year in October, and I would like more support from the cab trade. It's not for me, it's for these guys here, these vets that served their country. They come home and they fall on hard times. Well, we all do the talking. Now is the time to do the doing. Thank you.
Well, Gary, thanks very much. I didn't know about that, but next year when you do it, contact me at the LCDC and we will support you 100%.
God bless you. I really, really appreciate that.
I didn't know you had done it. I just literally didn't know. Otherwise, we would have supported you.
I know you
We'd
would.
have made
I know.
a donation.
And I've been doing this 28 years, and I've always wanted to meet this guy because he does so much for the cab trade. You're an absolute legend.
Listen, there's people like you. There's people in the cab trade who are givers, and there's people in the cab trade who are takers. Like life, really, like society. But
people in the cab trade that give it the talk. Now, I'm going to do the walk. You can do the giving.
That's very good, Graham. Very good. So there you go. Graham's done that fantastic walk, raise money for the charity, and you'll be doing it again when?
Yeah, in October next year.
In October
The dates
next
are
year.
not out yet, but it's usually about the second or third week in October. But you haven't got to put a fortune in. If every cab driver put in £1,
there you go.
It beat my 12.75 last year.
There you go.
And it's not for me.
So let's beat that 12.75 from last year.
Thanks, Grant.
How's the cab running, by the way?
Love it.
Good?
It is the dogs.
Really?
It cost me £4.35 a day to fill up.
Costs him £4.35 a day to run. That's as cheap as a cappuccino, isn't it? Really?
All the people say how comfortable the back seats are. Everyone who
I'm in the
gets
back of a Dynamo, fully electric, 100% electric cab. Got the lovely glass roof. If you can get hold of that, look. Wow. And it's an amazing £4. Say that again. I couldn't. £4.35 a day to run. Amazing. That's the price of a cup of tea.
And that is on the street because I ain't got an home charger. If you charge
Wow.
that home, it'd go down to about £1, £5. So it'd be about £3.75. It's
Wow.
Brilliant ride. Get in the front, see how much room there is. Remember all the
Let's have a quick look.
How tight they used to be. Yeah. How much room there?
Surprising the amount of
Isn't
room.
it?
I did sit in one in the showroom months ago, but it's very spacious, isn't it?
Beautiful.
Isn't it nice?
Beautiful cab.
No trouble.
They do it says 175 on the meter on the clock when you charge it up. But it does about, I would be fair, it does about 150, 155. But I can charge that up 80% in 40 minutes. Boom, like that.
Good. Terrific. Right, Graham, I can see people coming.
Oh, God bless
Listen, speak to you
Lovely
later.
talking
Thanks
to
for
you.
that.
No, I appreciate it.
Look after yourself.
Thanks for your support.
Hope you
Grant.
feel better.
God bless you.
Well, let's have a look. We're walking down here today. Man, the cabbies here today giving up their... How are you, young man? How you been? Nice to meet you. We're just going along the rank and just saying to the cabbies who are here today, what does it mean like for you to come here today and do this on Poppy Cabs?
Makes you feel amazing.
Makes you feel
amazing. Driving around is so emotional. So I can feel myself welling up numerous occasions. It's powerful.
Really?
It is powerful, yeah. I brought a mate of mine up who was an ex-serviceman, dropped him off at the Union Jack for breakfast to meet his mate, and then just started spinning. And it's just powerful. And the closer you get to the top of the island, the more, and you see the more and more veterans, it's unbelievable.
It's a great thing that cabbies do, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's an amazing thing that cab trade does every year.
And they're also appreciative of it. I picked a chap up Friday night working, and he's an ex-commissioned officer, and he said, "Let me tell you, the whole of the service community really, really appreciates it."
That's great, isn't it?
So, yeah, unbelievable.
The servicemen really appreciate what goes on here today, and it's great. I mean, there's two coming up here today. Here we go. John, I won't keep him anymore. Listen, lovely to see you today, doing a fantastic job. There's two. I'm going to go and speak to him, actually. Here we go. Because it is an absolute fantastic thing that goes on. Here we are. Gents, just quickly, we're a London cab drivers little film crew, yeah? Filming the events of today, right? All our fellow cabbies like us be taking guys like you over there. We'll be on the bridge today. Can you just say, what does it mean to be like appreciated so much by the cab trade in London for what you've all done?
I think it's really very grateful of them to do it, especially
Heartfelt.
yes.
Really heartfelt. You know, you guys get a lot of grief, and you're doing this out of the goodness of your hearts, and it's commendable. Very, very, very commendable. You know.
Because for
Appreciate
me
it very much.
and every cab driver that's here today, they say it's the least we could do. What you guys have done for us to give up such a small amount of our time to just say to you, look, we appreciate what you've done and a big thank you. Yeah,
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you very much.
Well,
And have a nice day.
but you have a great day, and I won't hold you up.
No
Cheers,
problem.
my friend.
Thanks very much. Thanks for that. Well, there you go. I mean, straight from the horse's mouth, they do appreciate it, as we know they do. It's this small gesture from the cab trade means so much, and it's absolutely fantastic today. So we'll be out and about later. Come back to you very shortly. Thanks for watching. Hello, welcome back to LCDC TV on Remembrance Sunday. I'm joined on the bridge. Hello, John.
How you doing, Grant?
I'm good. I'm joined on the bridge with Francis. How are you?
Very well, thanks.
Vice
Grant.
President of the Charity for the War Disabled.
Or taxi charity for military veterans, even.
And that one even, yeah. And Mickey Calvey. How are you, Mickey?
Nice to see you, Grant.
See
Long
you.
time since we've met, as it goes.
It certainly has. What I was just saying, we've been to Waterloo this morning. We're here now. Fantastic turnout, isn't it, Francis?
Oh, it's wonderful. I mean, you have to really give Mike Hughes 100 out of 100.
Oh, fantastic.
Because what he does with this is it's so much hard work. It's the most fantastic advertisement for the cab trade. But it's a great advertisement for all the individuals who generously give without getting any real feedback and thanks for it. And I think the greatest thing you can give in life is time. And look at all these people, you know, so many drivers here being locked away, had a terrible time with the virus, but that doesn't stop them wanting to do their bit for our veterans. And without looking after your veterans, your country loses its soul, I think.
It's funny, when we was up at Waterloo earlier, a guy was saying to me that the cab trade's probably had the worst 18 months it probably ever had. I know we've had recessions, but the pandemic has absolutely slaughtered the cab trade. And yet here we are today, hundreds of drivers giving up their free time on a Sunday to help the veterans.
Yes.
It's amazing, Francis.
Oh, no, it is amazing. And I think that what drivers must never underestimate is how highly thought of they are by senior military, not just the regular soldiers and not just the veterans. But, for example, Alistair Bruce up in Scotland loves the cab trade. He's actually, for our charity, he's one of our ambassadors. I've had meetings recently with generals, retired generals and so on, and they all speak very, very highly of our wonderful London taxis. So although sometimes I think people feel unloved, they should know there's some pretty big people batting for them out there.
Well, it's funny you say that because I think every cab driver feels very unloved with this mayor that we got. I mean, because, you know, it's funny, and I've got to say this, I weren't going to say this today because what we're here for today is so much more important than the mayor, right? I didn't want to give him the oxygen. But last week, Dara from Uber flies in, right? Dara flies in, and guess what? The mayor meets him to talk about Uber and stuff like that. And yet, when he became mayor, Sadiq Khan refused, and he still refuses to meet the London cab trade representatives, but we'll meet Dara when he flies in, because as you know, Dara's rich, powerful, influential, and probably means more to the mayor having him in his notebook, you know, the private number of Dara, than talking to us cab drivers collectively, which I think is an absolute disgrace, by the way. But getting back to today, it's amazing to see so many people giving up their time, and the old cabs are here. Francis, we're going to go and look at them.
No,
Amazing, isn't they?
Yes, and you know, you should remember also that in the House of Commons, as well as the being people who may not be quite so behind you all, there are wonderful MPs like Johnny Mercer and so on, who've got a lot of time for the cab trade. So it helps always to have a little optimism, I think, as well as being swamped by the facts that are so against you. So.
Oh yeah, and yeah, I mean, you're right, Francis, what you say. We got to be optimistic. Now David Cameron's gone. He was the main instigator, called Boris up. Boris said to me, I've had David on the phone, leave Uber alone. You can't get any worse than the Prime Minister of this great country lobbying for, or telling Boris, leave this American minicab app alone. I mean, when did the Prime Minister lobby for a minicab firm? You know, unbelievable. But it's people like you, Francis, that do so much for the charity. What you got planned coming up?
Well, in a way, I think we should let this be Mike Hughes' day.
Oh,
because,
100%.
Because I think he's the hero of the hour. But I'm very happy to talk another time about what we've got coming up, because we've got all sorts of plans for next year.
Would you come into the studio and talk to LCDC TV about what you got planned?
Well, we have to negotiate a substantial fee.
A fee? A fee, five phone fun. Listen.
We go for the charity.
Oh, we go. So,
It's all for charity, folks.
well, what I do, I'll do a bit of a trade-off, Francis. There'll be no fee, and I'll give you the pictures I got of Mickey on the boys' holiday 1982, Speedos and more. So, on that,
Happy to talk, obviously.
lovely. Francis, lovely to see you. Mickey, keep well, darling. Lovely. Let's go. Let's go and look. Fantastic people, eh?
We had a few messages come through here. A few people moaning, Grant, that there was no sound. There was no sound only when the still's wrong. We muted the mic in case you said the wrong thing.
Let's have a look at some of these old cabs, John. Look at these lovely old cabs here today. Look, fantastic. Look at that. Look, an old Beermore, Mickey. Look at that. That's unbelievable, isn't it? Oh, wow. Sorry. Oh, well.
Right, yeah, good.
John?
Right.
John?
Good turnout. Not me. Don't come on with me.
And Alan McGrady's just done a runner. So if you follow me, John, we'll look at these absolutely amazing classic cabs. Look. Oh, wow. Look at this. It's the most fantastic thing you've ever seen. Look. Come on. Look at this. Look at the open. Look where you put your luggage. The growler, I think they used to call this one. That's fantastic. As you can hear, as you can see, we got these fantastic classic cabs. John, come up. And when we moan that the heater's not working in the front of the cab, having a scream up, look at that. Let me just open the back if I can, John. If it's open. Wow, look at that. John? Wow.
Yeah. No, it's not mine. I'm driving it on behalf of a friend.
Do you know what it is?
It's an Austin, 1934 Austin 12 low loader.
Okay. John. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We got the driver. He's not as old as the vehicle. Come on. Right, and he'll be able to tell us everything about this vehicle. Or most of it. No. Sorry about that. Couldn't shut the back.
Hi.
Huh. Grant, nice to meet you.
John.
John, tell us what about this. What sort of cab is it?
It's an Austin 12 low loader from 1934.
1934. Wow. How does it drive?
It's beautiful. I love driving it. I drove it to Brighton last weekend and then drove it back again. It's
And
fabulous.
it was all right?
Yeah. Never lets us down.
Because I look at these and you think they're fantastic to look at, but would they be able to, you'd be able to drive it okay, or can it only go from the garage 5 minutes and back?
You wouldn't want to go to Manchester and back in it.
No.
Let's put it like that.
But you went to Brighton?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Do you get a lot of people looking at it and stopping?
People love it. Yeah. It belongs to a friend of mine. It's not mine. It belongs to a friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing, John, isn't it?
I love it. Yeah.
Imagine when the streets of London was full of cabs like that. Fantastic, wouldn't it? Eh? Wow. I wonder if it meets the mayor's emissions.
Well, it's ULEZ exempt, but it doesn't meet his emissions.
There you go. That answered me. Right, we're going to have a walk around. There's a few more old cabs. Let's take them in. Thank you, John. Appreciate that. Wow, look at this. Wow.
Oh, right.
Let's have a look at this one. Let's have a look, John. Wow. Another Austin. Fantastic. And look at this. This looks a bit like a Fairway. That was my first cab when I got out. Wasn't as old as this. Look at that. I'd like to say, John, I'd like to say a big thank you to all the sponsors for today's show. Peter DaCosta, KPMs, Michael Glassman, Colts Cabs, Cab App, Plan Insurance, Quotax Insurance. Thank you so much, gents, for helping making this possible. I want to just grab for a sec. Can I grab you?
Yeah.
Come on. Hey. How are we, Jim?
Yeah, all right.
Thomas the Taxi, known to everyone. We just had a little chat with Mike Hughes. It's amazing what goes on.
Yeah,
Jim, innit?
Yeah. I can't believe that they do this every year, you know, and the drivers turn up every year. No one's ever been let down. They get enough cabs all the time, and it's all for free. You know, it's blinding. But what annoys me is the main media like BBC, Channel 4, Sky News, ITV never cover it. Never cover it. I've emailed every one of them this year, and the only one I got a reply from was GB News.
GB News, yeah.
They done a little article last night. They interviewed Mike Hughes.
Yeah, I just spoke to Mike, which is great. Why do you think that? Listen, no one does charity to get the pat on the back, right? There's
No, it's not a demonstration or anything, is it?
there's thousands of people that do charitable work just because they want to do it, and it's great, right? But why do you think like something here so high profile in front of Big Ben? Look at it, it's amazing. The old cabs, Chelsea pensioners. Why do you not think, Mike, Jim, that it's just not palatable with the mainstream media?
I don't know. They're looking for to shock people all the time. This isn't shocking. This is nice. This is a nice story. You know, like years ago when you used to watch the news, they used to go, and finally, and I always had something uplifting to take you away from news. They don't have that anymore.
Is there any good news out there? I don't know, but I know what you mean.
I was shocked this year when they turned around and said, they want a black poppy for all the black people that died during the war. But this poppy was to represent everyone who was killed. It hasn't got a colour. They picked the red poppy because that's what grew in Flanders Field after the battle. That was the first sign of life that came back up.
Well, it's the world we're living in at the moment, Jim. It's not great, but it's the world we live in. We can't change that. But talking today with the drivers, servicemen, the Chelsea pensioners, everyone who's here today has had a great time, Jim.
Yep.
You can't not be touched from it, mate, can you?
No.
Jim, I'll let you get on because I know you've got loads of friends here you're going to chat with. Jim,
Nice to see you,
lovely.
Mark. Yeah.
Thomas the Taxi, there you go. And it is amazing. We're just on the bridge now. It's finishing up there. Derek, Cab App, what do you think of the day?
Oh, it's been personally for me very moving, humbling to stand here on one side with all the Chelsea pensioners who've fought for their country, here to remember their comrades, and on the other side to turn around and see so many black cab drivers coming out, giving up the day to help, and everyone's chatting amongst themselves. It's really moving. It's kind of when Big Ben went and everyone was standing, it pretty much brings you to tears. Really,
it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You feel the hairs on the back of your
I
neck
can feel
stand
it now.
up.
It's just such a humbling and amazing experience to think what these guys did for the country.
And I know you're involved with the vets, Derek.
Yeah, so quite a few of my friends are Air Force, Army, Navy, Marines, and we've been working on a new project to try and create a new app called Civvy Street. And the whole idea is when when you get veterans who leave the forces and they're not quite sure what to do next, where to go next, the idea is to bring all these services together, whether that be finding a job, finding a home. Hopefully we can get some of them doing the knowledge and get them becoming black cab drivers so they've got their own business. So anything for when you leave the military, Civvy Street's really about helping you on that next stage of your journey after you've served your country. So that's going to be happening in 2022 with two of my close friends who are one's Marines, one's ex-Fusiliers.
Because years ago, when I was on the knowledge, about 36 years ago, there used to be the knowledge school, the British Legion or the Royal Legion at Kennington, at the Oval, was the Legion Knowledge School. And you got vets coming out of the army thinking, right, what do I do? Be great to get them on into a knowledge school so they can have their own business, work for themselves, all the flexibility. That might be just ideal.
Yeah, and that's something we're hoping to create a new knowledge school in 2022 and encourage youngsters who maybe haven't got a bright future ahead of them and need something to focus on, like the knowledge, and also for ex-military, veterans from ex-military, because not all of them want to be in security or work in an office. A lot of them want that freedom. They want to get out and about. So we think this could be something quite big for 2022, and we're looking forward to it. And hopefully we can get the cab industry to help us with that.
Terrific. Well, there again, from one of our sponsors, Derek from Cab App. Derek, thanks for your sponsorship today.
Thank you, John,
really
for
appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Well, there you go. What an amazing day today. We've seen and spoken to the vets, the Chelsea pensioners, Mike Hughes, cab drivers. The list goes on, making it such an amazing day today. And I just said to Derek, when Big Ben goes off, the hairs on the back of your neck stand up because the enormity of what's gone on and the sacrifice. You start thinking of the sacrifices made by young men and women from this country and around it's just unbelievable, really. It does make you get quite emotional, really. There's Mike, he's going off now, and we're going to leave today. I'm going to walk back over the bridge and just say a few personal hellos, and these lovely old cabs. I love these cabs. How are you? You're all right, lovely. Right, there we are. Just want to say thanks for watching. Just want to say a big thank you for everyone watching today. We hope you enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed doing this today. Once again, a fantastic morning, seeing so many people pulling together, coming together to honour these servicemen and women. Thanks for watching.